Okay, good morning, Chavirim. We are in Masechet Pesachim, Amud Yomi, Dirshu. We're in Daf Chet Amud Bet at the bottom of the page. So we said in the Mishnah, we're actually getting to the last part of the Mishnah, the very, very last part. We said in the Mishnah that if a person we're talking about Bdikat Chametz, and if a person has a cellar of wine that a person usually does a refill, because we said on Shabbat that wine, there's no limit how much wine you could drink. Sometimes the party's going and the simcha's going and another bottle could happen. So you might go into the cellar to get new wine. Then you have to check the wine cellar because the shamash that you're sending in to check you get your wine. You might have a little sandwich over there or some bread over there, and you might drop some chametz inside. The question is, what does he have to check? So if you remember at the beginning of the Masechet, right away at the beginning of the Mishnah. So we're actually going to see it right now. We're at the bottom page, Chet Amud Bet. It was Machloket Bet Shammai and Bet Hillel have to check what he has to check. And we're going to need the pictures to understand this quickly. So Max has a picture, the Rabbi David has a picture, and Mistam in the art schools you have a picture as well. You have to check Bet Hillel Umrim, about 5 lines from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 lines from the bottom, last words. Bet Hillel Umrim Shte Shurot Chitzoniot Shehen Ha'elyonot. So it's very interesting what Beit Hillel said. You got to check two rows, shtei shurot, 2 rows, chitzoniot, the exterior ones, shehen ha'elyonot. That sounds to contradict each other. On the outside and up above. So don't forget, when I would come into my room, so I'm setting up the barrels are lying down like your bottles of wine. They're not going to be up, they're going to be lying down. And the barrels are, let's say, 3 over here, another 3 on top, and I put first on the bottom, then on top, and I keep going. So now you have a row towards the entrance, this is the entrance, and you have a row towards the ceiling. So if you look at the picture, so what does this mean that he said, chitzoniot, shenoniot, the outer ones that are the upper ones. So the Gemara says, what does this mean? Amar Rav, I made a mistake. I'm going to Beit Hillel, we're actually in Bet Shammai. Go a little higher up. We're much higher up, about 5 lines above that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 above that. Last word in the line is Amar, and before that it's Bet Shammai. Bet Shammai Umrim Shte Shurot. What did we say? It doesn't say over here, but I'm going to read what it says in the Mishnah. The Mishnah says Bet Shammai Umrim Bet Shurot Al Pnei Kol HaMartef. So 2 shurot on the whole martef. What does that mean? You got to take 2 rows on everything. You guys with me? Everybody has it? Yaakov, you have it? Thank you very much. Yeah, I know that. Very good. Perfect. Toda rabba. Okay, everybody have it? We're good? So the Gemara says, Amar Rav Yehuda shte shorot shamru min haaretz ve'ad shmei hakora. So if you're going to check for chametz, you got to check 2 rows of barrels, and you're looking at picture Aleph on my page. You guys see the picture? No, it's 2. Nobody has it? Yes, they have it. Max has it and David has it. Maybe you can share with them. You can share with them the picture. Maybe you'll share it together and share with them together. Oh, but in the Hebrew one you have it also. You know what? Not there. In the Hebrew one you have it in the back. In the back, you guys have it. So in the what's called over there's 2 books in here. In this little book that you have, there's 2 books. There's one the Gemara with nice biurim, and then there's like the art scroll in the back of it. So the very, very back, not this one, the small ones. The small ones over here. But basically you'll pass this around, okay? Pass this around. First picture is what it says over here. That's the first picture. See what it says over there? That's what it means. You're going to check 2 over there according to Rav Yehuda. So the exterior most ones all the way to the roof. Rabbi Yochanan amar shura achat kemin ge'em. And according to Rabbi Yochanan, you check one like chaf sofit. It's a chaf sofit, which is a gem, which is basically in a Greek language a chaf sofit. So you're checking the exterior one and the upper one as well. The upper and the exterior, those 2 that you're seeing. So that's picture Aleph and picture Bet that you see in that book that I just sent.
All the barrel that you have access.
Yeah. So that's the question: is what is the guy taking? Where's the guy taking wine from? He's taking wine either from the. He's taking wine. He's taking either wine from the first 2, or he's taking wine from either the first one or the top one. That's where he's going to take wine from. He's going to take from somewhere over there. So that's what he has to check going to Bet Shammai. Tanya kibatei de Rab. Bet Shammai says the both or not? Bet Shammai says something we don't understand. Bet Shammai says shte shurot ad pnei kol hamartef, on the exterior. You got to check 2 rows on the whole exterior. So there's 2 ways. So there's two ways to explain the whole exterior. Is the whole exterior like a chaf sofit, 1, 2, or is the whole exterior that's 2 shurot, 1 shura, second shura, or is 2 shurot the first two? The first two, that's the way it goes. So it's a machloket in Amoraim what it is. Tanya Gevadid Rabbi Yochanan, Tanya Gevadid Rabbi Yehuda. There's a brighter going like this, a brighter going like that. Bet Shammai Omrim, Shte Shurot Ad Pnei Kol HaMartef, Ushte Shurot Shamru Min Haaretz Vad Shmei HaKorah. So Bet Shammai says two exterior ones, 2 ones Ad Pnei Kol HaMartef. So it's the first 2 all the way to the ceiling. Tanya Gevadid Rabbi Yochanan, and Rabbi Yochanan says Shte Shurot Ad Pnei Kol HaMartef, Chitzona רואה את הפתח, ועליונה רואה את הקורה. שלפנים ממנה ושלמטה ממנה אין צריך בדיקתה. And Rabbi Yochanan says no, the exterior one exterior and one is just above, one upper one. And the ones below it on the inside do not need bidikta, because the guy's going to take chamet, he's going to take a barrel, he's not going to take the one in back. Even if it's a good wine, it's too much schlepping, we're going to take what we have available now. Beit Hillel omrim, Nu halacha, Beit Hillel said, Shte shurot chitzoniyot shena elionot. So remember what Beit Hillel said? We're checking two rows, chitzoniyot, the outer ones, which are elionot. Well, that doesn't make sense. What is chitzona? What is aliyah? It's either exterior on the outside or it's above up.
The top shelf.
The top one. But it's chitzoniyot, elionot. Let's see. Amar Rav Eliona ushlemata hemenu. Look at the picture, please. He's saying, according to Rav, what Beit Hillel meant is very, very lenient. It's basically you have the top one on the outside and the bottom one. We're only on the outside. It's only the outside, when I walk in, it's only the outside one there, and it's the top one, the top 2. Because it makes sense. Where am I going to take from? I'm either going to take the top one or the one under it. Imagine the top one, it's the easiest access. The one under it might be a bit better. So I'll pull out the top one, the bottom one, and I'll let the bottom one drop down. That's what I'm going to check. You see the picture, please? Yeah. You guys all see the picture? So it's just 2. When it said 2, chitzoniot shelionot, really it's the elionot, which are on the chitzona. The 2 top ones on the outside. That was the opinion of Rab. Shmuel Amar Eliona u'shnifnim hemenu. And Shmuel says a little bit different. Yeah, the top one, but not 1, 2 going down, 1, 2 going inwards. The top 2 going inwards, not the top 2 going downwards. The top 2 going inwards. That's according to Shmuel and Beit Hillel. Okay, so you have Bet Shammai, 2 opinions.
Shmuel interprets Beit
Hillel, exactly right. My time de Rav. How does Rav learn this? How does Rav? So again, Rav says.
We're checking the chametz inside the barrel.
No, around the barrel. Around the, yeah.
Imagine
Imagine the guy's drinking wine. He's the shamash. Please go get it. He has his little hot dog. You know the hot dog with the thing around it. He's still eating half of it like that, and he's putting it in his mouth. It's in his mouth. His pogo over there, and he's moving the chametz, and all of a sudden he needs his teeth to pull out the barrel, so he spits the thing. You know what? I don't know what's the story there, but it's not in the wine. It's around that vicinity. Where are you going to check? Where probably chametz could be? Chametz could be where the guy's taking out the new barrel, the new bottle. And so that's, what does Beit Hillel say? Chitzon, 2 shurot, chitzoniyot, shelioniyot. Outer, up. What does that mean? Outer, up. Is it 1, 2 going down? Or is it 1, 2 going inwards? Rav says 1, 2 going, what did we say? Going downwards, and Shmuel says 1, 2 going inwards. The Gemara says, my time de Rav. Why does Rav? Very nice. You see the pictures over there? My time de Rav. What is the reason of Rav? Diek chitzonot. What does Rav say? The exterior ones? Because the word says chitzoniot. Chitzoniot is the outside barrels, the outside shura. Ve'alyonot katane, but it also says the upper one, and that's not upper because you're going 1 and 2. You're a little bit going down. Answers limaute tatae, to exclude the ones tatae de tataita, the third one. So yeah, it's elionot, but it's only the 2 top elionot, to exclude number 3 going down. Ushmun amar elionot ushlifnim mimena. And Shmuel says we're talking about the upper one and the going inwards, like you saw in the picture. Ma'itama diak elionot. So he's really saying the word elionot is what we're going on. Elionot is the top. It's the top one, so it's nothing going down. Nothing in row number 2 going downwards. But according to you, there's a problem because it says chitzona on the outside and you're going on the inside. So it's to be mema'et, the interior one, number 3 going inwards. But it's okay even if it's the first 2. Rav Chia Tane Kedivate de Rav. So Rav Chia says we go like Rav. V'kulu Tane Kavate de Shmuel. Rav, all the other Taneim go according to Shmuel. Whatever Shmuel said, 1, 2 going inwards, that is what all the other Taneim say. V'ilchata Kivate de Shmuel. And the halacha is in fact like Shmuel. Let's just repeat that very quickly. We have in Bet Shammai, he says Chitzoniot Shel Onionot. So like you see in the picture over here, imagine here's one row, second row, third row. Here's the entrance. So you got to check. You got to take 2 that are Chitzonia Elyona. Outside, up. Well, what is that? Well, according to Rav, it's 1, 2 going down. According to Shmuel, it's 1, 2 going in. And the halacha is like Shmuel, 1, 2 going in. That's what you got to check. And you'll think about why that is, because when you're going to go in and take wine, it's easier for you to take the top one. It's the easiest. It's heavy. And the second one that you would take, let's say maybe we'll take 2, we'll take the second one over there going in. That's what you're going to take, and that is the halacha. Okay, we just finished the first Mishnah. We did 8 pages on one Mishnah. We're going to the next Mishnah.
Interesting that they're not even worried about falling in the cracks. Nothing.
Yes, interesting.
Very because a piece of bread.
Yeah,
like usually it falls, it goes into the crack.
So I don't know what the answer to that is, but it's a good question. I'm sure the Rishonim are going to speak about that, but maybe we could say it's on planks, It's like shelves. If it's shelves, then there's no problem. If it's one stacked upon the other, like the picture, maybe don't take the picture. Maybe the picture is not accurate. It could be that their sellers were like, shelves, and you rolled it in and you get the one back. That would make a lot more sense. Masnisin and Chosheshin Mishnah. Okay, top of the page, Tet. Very interesting. Very, very interesting halakha. By the way, from this page of Gemara is coming out 1,000,001 halachot of probabilities. What do we go with when we have sfekot? It's talking about chametz, but it goes into all the halachot we're going to deal with the probabilities, safek, maybe yes, maybe no, the Rabbanan Doraita. It's very deep, and here's one of the sources. En chosheshin shema girera chulda mibayit lebayit. A bayit in the time of the Mishnah is really a room. So let's say you did b'dikat chametz, and you're in this room. Okay? Makom makom. You're now in the room and you checked your chametz. So you took all the... Girera is it. We're not... En chosheshin, we're not scared. Shema girera, dragged it. Chulada, like a little rat or something. Or a little weasel. Mibayit lebayit, from room to room. Makom makom. Or from place to place. Let's explain what we're talking about. Let's say I'm checking this room over here. And I have chametz over here. I have some things. So I'm cleaning out everything. I'm putting it all together. And I'm bringing it in that corner. Huh? New Mishnah. Top of the page. Tata Mudal. Okay? So what is the halakha? En chosheshin shema gira chuleda mibayit lebayit. We're not scared that a weasel is going to take the chametz from one corner to another corner. What are we talking about? Like this. Now, I checked this place for chametz. I got everything's here. Now I'm going to go put it in that corner. Then I'm going to check this chametz. I'm going to put it in that corner. I'm going to put everything there, and then I'm going to know what to do it. Well, maybe when you went from here to here, some little weasel went over there, and he took your beasleys, and he brought him over here. So now you got to check again. Because and the Barsof, once you put it over there, you have a problem. Dim Ken, so then what would you have to do? I'll have to check the whole room at once. I'm going to get 25 people, the Miri says, and we're going to check everything at once. So there's no chashash that if I put it over here, a rat's going to bring it over here. We're not scared about that. You know why? Dim Ken, mechatzer lechatzer, me'ir le'ir, and the Barsof. Because if you're scared about this, then it's from one house to another house, and from one city to another. We check the whole house at one moment. Yeah, but the neighbor didn't check. So he's going to check in 1 hour. So maybe a rat brought chametz from over here to over here. No, once you check your chametz, that's it. We're not scared a mouse brought more chametz into your house. Because you could say, there's animals. Today we don't have so many animals in the house. But back then, it was...
After you checked.
After I checked. I checked, I'm done. And now maybe some little dog's going to take the chametz that I put in the corner. He's going to bring it over here. So I have to check again. End of the barsof. There's no end to it.
You should have said that for a child. If you have a child, he's more likely to take the chametz from one room to another. Not an animal.
Well, an animal, you can, a child maybe you can ask him, you can see. An animal, you don't know.
An animal usually will eat it.
Oh, Ilan, you're on the money all the time. Look, you're one step ahead of the Gemara. The Gemara says, Taima de lo chazina de shakal. So the reason is we didn't see an animal. I have no reason to suspect some mouse brought some chametz into my house. Chazina? But what if I saw the mouse? What if I see a weasel with some baguette in his mouth and he's running around and he puts it in the corner? If I see that he's bringing chametz into the house, chayshinan, and I gotta check again. Ubai bdika, I gotta check again the house. Halacha. So if I check my house, no problem, and I don't need to think some animal brought. But if I saw that the dog from the outside, the cat, or who knows what, he was eating outside in the chametz, and he brought it into the house, and I don't know where he went, they got to check the whole house again, if you see the animal. But the Gemara is asking what Ilan's asking. V'neima achilte. Maybe the dog ate it. The dog's going with chametz. The guy has a dog, okay? He has a dog, and he did his b'dika chametz, and the dog found some food outside. It happens, right? And he comes into the house with the food. He's eating, he has a slice of pizza in his mouth, and he's in the house. So what do you do now? You got to check again the whole house. Why? Maybe he ate it. That's what Ilan said. The dog's going to eat the whole pizza. What do you have to be worried about? Milotnan. How do we know this is true? Medurot ha'akum time'im. A Kohen is not allowed to go inside the house of a goy in Eretz Yisrael. He's not allowed.
But it has to belong to him. The chametz has to belong to him.
Oh, you're saying a good question. It's not my chametz. So here, what about this? I own the chametz, okay? It was my chametz, my pizza. I put it over here, and everything's in the corner, and now the dog takes my pizza and he brings it around the house. It's still mine. No, it's right, we could do bitul at the end, but we only do bitul when you checked. When you checked everything, but you have to check first. So let's say it was mine, I gotta check again. And even once he brings it outside, bitul works only after anything in my house I gotta check for. Bittul will work after I did my job. I did the best I could. I can't find it. You know what happens all the time? The last year a lady called me. She said, Rabbi, my husband can't find the 10 pieces. He can't find 3 pieces. He's missing 3 pieces. I said, I know, you have to check again. How big is it? A kazait? That's a problem. You got to check again. Please check again. So he checks again, another half an hour, coming back, and after half an hour. Still didn't find it. Okay, do one more time. Check one more time. Will, but please get everybody to check. After 1 hour, comes back. No, we still can't find it. Says, oh, okay, what am I going to do? Okay, let me check this svachim. She said, but Rabbi, can I tell him where they are? Can I? She's the one that wrote it. No, it's not true. It's a joke. Okay, but you only do the bdika after you only do the bitul after you did everything to check where it was. After you did everything you can, so here you know there's chametz in the house, you got to check for it. No, but what's the problem? The dog ate it, the animal ate it. Why would the animal eat it? Because we know halakha, interesting halakha. In a house of a goy, their minhag was, if there was a baby that was a stillborn, a nefila, a fetus, a miscarriage, they would actually bury the baby in the house. That was their minhag. The minhag of the goyim was they were burying the baby in the house. So if a kohen is going to go in the house, it's a problem. He's going to become tameh inside the house of the goy.
But going, that doesn't make tameh.
So it doesn't metameh maga. In oil, it's metameh. It's Rashi speaks about it. She thought we're not going to go too much inside that. V'kama yisheh. Okay, now let's say the goy was there. How long does the goy have to be there that you have to consider the house tameh? Bimdor v'im ma'amedor tzarich b'dika 40 yom. Only after 40 days. 40 days, if there is a baby that's born before 40 days, it's not considered a real person. It's not mitameh, so a miscarriage before 40 days, and after 40 days, there's a big difference. So only after 40 days that the goy lived in the house, you have to say maybe they had a miscarriage, and maybe they put a baby inside the house. And even if the guy's not married, he's not married, where's he going to have a baby from? Because the goyim are not careful about getting married or not married. A girlfriend, the girl comes in, it's not the same. A Jewish person, he's only going to have a baby if he's shomer mitzvot, if he's married. But a goy, not necessarily. But the Gemara says, interesting, but but if there is a chulada, like what is a chulada?
Chulda.
What is chulda? A rat, a big rat over there.
They don't leave leftovers.
No leftovers. A big rat and a pig, they're going to come in and eat up everything. So a pig and a rat, they're going to eat up everything, even the baby. They're going to look for the fresh meat and they're going to eat it up. If you look at Tosfot Basa, I'm going to see Tosfot in 1 second. It says that they like to eat the fresh meat of the dead babies. That's what the pigs like to eat. Amar Bzeira la kasha. So you have a problem. So now, what's the situation? You have a dog bring pizza into your house. You got to check. But if there's a baby, a dead fetus in the house of the goy, you don't have to check. There's no problem because the animal ate it. Why is the animal going to eat the baby? He's not going to eat the chametz. La kasha. Ha bibasar, ha birechem. Difference: meat and bread. Bibasar u'meshayra, birechem meshayra. The Gemara says meat. The animal's going to eat all the meat, but when it comes to bread, maybe he doesn't like the bread so much. So that's the difference. Alacha. So if you have a goy brought chametz, the animal brought chametz into your house, who said the animal's going to eat up all the chametz? Maybe he'll eat a bit. He's going to leave the leftovers. But when it comes to the meat, he's going to eat up all the meat. The Gemara says, Amar Rabba, so that's the first answer. Either way, if you see an animal bringing in food into your house, you got to check for the chametz. You got to check for it. What's the difference between the meat and the bread? First answer is Rab Zera. An animal eats up all the meat, but an animal is not going to eat up all the chametz. Amar Rabba, hai mai. No, it's not that. You don't even have to go so far. Bishna mahatam emor hava emor no hava. You know why it is by the animal? We're going to assume by the fetus. We're going to assume that the animal ate everything up because maybe there's a baby, maybe there's no baby. Did we say for sure every goy's house has a baby buried inside? No. Maybe there was a miscarriage. Maybe there was no miscarriage. If there's a miscarriage, so he's gonna. Then we could say probably the animal ate it. It's suffix and suffix. V'im timtza lomar hava emor echalteh. So if there was, so say that the animal ate it up. Avalacha vadai dechazina. Devadai chazina deshakar mi omar dachilteh. Ave safek vevadai. Ven sofek motzi midei vadai. This is completely different over here. Here the animal brought in the chametz. You saw him bringing the chametz. Maybe he ate up the whole thing, maybe he didn't. So you have vadai in safek or safek in safek. In the case of the goyish house, safek, safek. Safek, there's an animal, safek, the animal ate it. So okay, so we don't have to be scared. The kohen can go inside the house if there's an animal that's around over there. But in your house where you brought in the pizza, the dog brought in the pizza, vadai and safek. Vadai, this pizza, maybe he ate it. Now you got to check your house. That's called safek and vadai, and safek motzi midei vadai. This is klalim in the whole shas. That a safek will not take away from an absolute. Here's a maybe, here's an absolute. We can't say a maybe will take away an absolute. Ben safek motzi midei vadai. The Gemara says, 1 second, are you sure about that? I'm going to show you another case where there is a suffix that takes away a vadai. A place where we are in doubt, maybe, and it's still enough to overcome an absolute situation.
Why don't we assume that the animal can just store the food for later?
And that's a bigger problem also.
Exactly.
If he stores
That's
it,
what we're afraid
that's
of.
exactly what we're scared about.
Exactly, because
That's
if he, you're assuming that he's going to eat it, but he's not. There's not.
You know what's interesting? The Gemara says that a kerev eats till it's full. It doesn't leave. It doesn't know svia. A dog just eats and eats and eats. It's no limitations. Now other animals maybe yes, maybe no. A squirrel puts everything away. An ant puts everything away. So you're right. That's exactly what we're scared about. Maybe ate it, maybe not. So we have a suffix. So since you're sure there's chametz, maybe the animals. Exactly, you're right. The animal brought in. He ate it. No, maybe he put it in the hole.
But if he stores it, then you don't see it.
You have to check for it first. If you can't find it, then it works the bittul. The Gemara says, "Oh yeah, what about this? We have a chaver shemet v'niach migura minei pirot." We actually spoke about this in a few daf ago. You have a halacha of maser. You have truma, maser sheni. With the halacha, I'm going to tell them very quickly. When you are in the field and you want to eat a little bit of your grapes, or a little bit of your wheat, or a little bit of your figs, or a little bit of your dates, you're allowed to eat arai. You're allowed to eat a little bit one by one. When you want to make a full meal out of that, you want to take it and sit down and make a full meal, you're not allowed to. And that's a derabanan. It's a derabanan that you can't eat an achilat keva while the things are still in the field. Don't forget, when you own stuff, once you cannot partake from it, you cannot benefit from it. When you own produce, only after you give to the Kohen 2%, to the Levi 10%, and to the poor guy 10%, to make it simple. When does that start? Really, Mina Torah, it only starts, listen well, when you bring it in the front door of the house and you make it to a nice pile. You did everything outside, everything's good to go, you bring it in the front door. Once you bring it in the front door and you put it down, it's in the storage. You have a storage in your house and you have wheat over there and you can turn it into flour. You can't use it until you give to the Kohen, Levi, and the poor people. Okay? That's called tevel. It's a big isur. Now what about you have this inside of a house? Okay? There is inside of the house and the guy, Talmid Chacham, he brought it in and the guy passed away. Did he give maser or he didn't give maser? Can the kids eat it or can't eat it? Did the guy give maser again or they can't give maser again? We're
We
unsure.
always say this Mishnah on Shabbat. When we enter Shabbat, we remove the maaser. Did you remove the
Safek
maaser?
Yes.
Safek
Yes. Yeah.
Oui, avant Shabbat.
We want to make sure because you can't do it on
C'est
Shabbat. Very nice. Because you can't do it on Shabbat. Very nice. That's exactly. On the Knesset of Shabbat, you tell the people, did you guys do the Maaser? Make sure you do the Maaser. We're talking about something similar. The Talmid Chacham, and the guy died. What do you do? Va'afilu hen, what's the halakha? Va'afilu hen b'nei yomin. We see it was the same day. Harehen b'cheskat metukanin. You can assume this is good to go. You're allowed to eat it.
What's bnei yomin?
Day of. It was the same day. He just put it in the same day. It's not that he had 1 month to give the Maaser. Same day. He brought it in the morning, in the afternoon he passed away. Chaver. 1 second.
No,
What's,
because it's Chaver.
you're right, but still it's a safek. What's the halacha? You're allowed to eat it. What is the halacha? Read it again. Tanya, Chaver shemet v'ner migura minei perot v'afilu im bnei yomin areyen b'chizkat metukanin. They have a chazakah that the guy gave truman maser for sure. It's a safek. It's a safek. V'ahacha b'vadai tvilei hanepire b'safek nusarin. Here it's for sure tevel. It's for sure got to the status that you have to give maser. And maybe the Talmid Chacham did it, or maybe he didn't do it. The Gemara says, and we say, v'safek nusarin, safek no misarin, v'katan safek umotzi. Safek umotzi midei vadai, and you have your safek. The guy did it, and it's allowing you to get away from something which is absolute fact that it needed to give maser on it. The Gemara says, "Atam vadai v'vadaihu," and like Mordechai said, "Nah, it's not the same. There, it's guaranteed. You know why? The Amar דוודאי, מעשרים כדאב בחנינה, חוזה, דאמר חמור לחוזה, חזקה לחבר שאין מוציא מתחת ידו, דבר שאינו מתוקן. Because we have a rule. A Talmid Chacham doesn't leave the room until he gives it. He will never let something come out of his hands until it's mitukan. The guy brought all the thing in the house, he put it in the room, he's in the storage, everything is good to go. You think he's going to leave the room? No, right away. Hey, we're going to give to the Kohen, put it beside Kohen, Maser. Yeah. So it's not Safek and Safek, it's Vadai and Vadai. No Simanim, but since we know the guys, Makpid always, and you have to understand, a person like that, it's like he'll never ever leave the room until he did it. So if you put it in the room, you're sure that he did it. That's the first answer. So it's not Safek and Vadai, it's Vadai and Vadai.
Basically, this whole Maaseh is to clarify the concept of Vadai.
Vadai and Safek, absolutely right.
So that's how the Mishnah is building this.
Yes, absolutely right. Even though we're talking about Chametz, but we see rules over here, Klanim. And this Kla, we're going to say, let's talk about this Kla, let's talk about this rule. And this will be applicable to all places in Torah. So now let's just review what we said, that if you, we're going to stop here, but there's something small for tomorrow, we'll keep it over. Let's say we have a room, and I check my chametz. I don't gotta be scared that an animal brought in, because if not, there's no limits to the chashashot. You know, when Avodat Hashem wants it to be easy. Don't make it. He's not coming to trick you. You did your mitzvah, you're good to go. Hashem is not coming to trick anybody. So imagine an animal brought chametz into my house. You don't have to be scared of that. But if you see the animal bringing it in chametz, you got to check. You got to check. Why? Maybe the animal's gonna eat it. Maybe the animal's going to, don't we say an animal's going to eat it? We saw in different cases the animal eat it. Not really, because here it's a vadai and it's a safek. Vadai, there's chametz, maybe he ate it. You can't be sure. But the baby over there, it's maybe there's a baby, maybe he ate it. So there it's safek and safek. Here it's vadai and safek. Really? Vadai and safek, it doesn't work? I'm going to show you a place where there's a safek and it works against the vadai. What's the case? You have over here, the Talmid Chacham put in his storehouse all kinds of wheat. And the guy died. You're allowed to eat it. You don't need to get maser. Why? It's Vadai needs Maser, and Safek if he did it. Answer is no, there's no Safek. The Talmid Chacham doesn't leave the room until he for sure fixed things. There's certain things that you want to make sure that I'm never going to let it go until I checked it myself, I did it myself.
So even in the case where there could be a Safek because it's a klal, so you just...
It's a Safek, that if he did or not, but it's not a Safek. It's Vadai needs Maser. These things Vadai need to give Truma.
In the case of the Talmid Chacham.
So it's not a Safek, it's a Vadai.
Even in case it could be a Safek.
Yes, but it's not a safek.
Why the Gemara is using the word chaver?
Okay, chaver, I'll explain what that means. That means that a chaver is somebody who is a scribe. A chaver really was somebody who was careful of tumah v'tara. Because back in the time of the Beit Mikdash, there was sort of two categories of people. There was the Kohanim that had to be very careful of tumah v'tara. They're always going to the Beit Mikdash. A regular guy, no. You can become tameh, go to mikveh, fix it up, go. But there's some people who wanted to be always ready to go to the Beit Mikdash. They wanted to be ready to be able to have a Kohen come to his house.
They were proactive.
So they were learning all the halachot and doing everything perfect. I want to be part of this group of chaver. You don't have to. You want to be like, there's a lot of things you don't have to do it on halachah. I want to do it. I want to become, okay, come learn the halachot. So there's people who were called, they had a status of chaver. It's not derogatory, huh? The other guy was not, it's not derogatory. It's like, you want to be in the Frum club, in the Tzaddik club, I'm learning the halachot, and listen, me, I'm a simple guy, tell me the simple halachah, and that's it. The other guys don't know, I want to know what to do perfect. So that guy is a chaver. If he has the status of a chaver, he's friends to all the Talmidei Chachamim. He could not be a Talmidei Chacham. He's just, I'm doing what has to be done. You tell me exactly what I'm going to do. It's like they're going to call you, guys, in a guest. Can I eat at this house or this house? This house for sure you can eat. This house I'm not sure. You know, is he doing everything perfect? This guy I know, he's a simpleton. But he's always with the rabbi, he's asking the rabbi, his wife is tzaddiket. So there's a chaver and a chaver. The chaver, the rule was, he will never leave the room until he fixed up everything. He gave them maschot, chazak, or